Bryce Anderson, Vice President of Investments at RE Royalties. Probably everyone on this call or this event today has felt or seen the impacts of climate change in the last year. I know for me personally, it was being essentially afraid to go outside in Vancouver because we had some of the worst air quality in the world back a few months ago due to the wildfires. And really, that's what we're trying to address. We offer creative financing solutions for the renewable energy industry with really the goal of creating a cleaner future and offsetting greenhouse gas emissions to really negate the impacts of climate change. We do that using a royalty structure. Royalty financing has been around for a really long time. It's really common in a ton of industries: oil and gas, mining, any franchise out there. Boston Pizza has a royalty company that trades on a venture exchange. It's been very prevalent in a lot of industries, but no one's brought it to the renewable space until now. So since 2016, we've been using this royalty financing to finance projects. And now we're back with our first ever green bond offering. So looking to raise 10, we can actually go up to 20 million. To date, we've actually raised 5.5. So if anyone's worried about being first money in, don't be. And really the capital is going to keep doing what we've been doing so far, just investing in these renewable energy projects around the world. It's $1,000 a bond, minimum investments, 5 bonds or $5,000. It's a 5-year term with a 6% interest rate that we're going to pay quarterly. And they are registered account eligible. And I do kind of want to mention just some of the kind of transparency here on 2 fronts. The first being this is a green bond. So we've laid out a framework that you can check out on our website or our front funder page, where we highlight exactly what kind of impacts we're going to put the money towards. So we highlight the sustainable development goals that we're looking to address. And then we're going to actually have an auditor come in, a third party come in and verify that every dollar we raise from the green bonds actually goes to what we said it would. And then in addition, like I mentioned, we are publicly traded. So at any time you can go on CDR, our website, our front funder page has our financials. Anything material in the business, there'll be a press release. There's kind of that added transparency as well. So at the end of the day, one of the major differences, we don't own these assets. So we don't need a huge operational team. We don't have as much of overhead. And also, if you own a project, if you're the equity in that project, you're the last one to get paid. Whereas as a royalty company, all of our returns are based off a percentage of revenues, which for the majority of our portfolio is contracted. So someone like BC Hydro, for example, has said, okay, we will pay X dollars per unit of energy for the next 20 years. So if costs go up, taxes change, it doesn't affect our returns, but the project owner, it would. And yeah, like I said, we're able to kind of keep a lower overhead as well because we don't have a massive operational team. We're purely a financial player in the industry. So currently we have investments in BC, Ontario, Nova Scotia, Texas, and then Eastern Europe. But we're looking globally. I would say we have a focus kind of on the OECD, kind of, North America, Europe, Australia, some of the areas where there's the best kind of risk to return profile, but we do look globally because we believe, climate change is a global problem. And it also allows us to really diversify any risks in our portfolio. For example, the grid in BC is different from Alberta, is different from Ontario. There's different risks there. And by going globally, it allows us to diversify even more and kind of go where the opportunity is instead of being stuck, just to North America or Canada. And then technology-wise, to date, we've only done solar, wind, and small hydro. But we basically anything that is related to that'll show an offset, like a positive impact on greenhouse gas emissions. We're willing to take a look at stuff such as bioenergy, biofuels, energy efficiency. There's definitely a lot of other applications of the royalty financing structure that we're still exploring as well. It doesn't have to be just traditional renewables, but at the end of the day, it has to be something that's commercially proven. We're not going to invest in some technology that hasn't really been proven yet, as it's just too risky for our investors.